Orlando. Join us at Buffalo Wild Wings for new happy hour and late night deals, like $2 off all tall drafts,
Yo.
half price apps, $6
Do I
margaritas,
sound okay?
$3 shorty shots, $4 well drinks, and more. Whether you're celebrating the end of the workday
Oh
or
my
just
gosh, am
having
I
a
already getting an
crazy
ad on
weekend full of
Spotify?
mistakes,
Oh
it's
my
time to
goodness.
snack and raise a glass for less at Beach.
Well, I'll go ahead and mute it while we have a ad. Gonna move this over here. Okay. Goal for the day, or the night, because this won't be a very long stream. We're just gonna go ahead and EV train, Mudkip. Shouldn't take too long, but, you know, be a nice little chill Tuesday night. Mudkip is gonna be 252 HP, 252 special defense, 4 in defense. Okay. Got my little sticky note ready to go. Let's see. We got enough HP. We don't need to use defense. The kitten is climbing. We got enough special defense, so we just gotta get our guys. So let's head on over. Let's see. Oh my gosh, the cat is screaming. So HP, and then special defense. And do you have Pokerus? You do, okay. Diane. I'll grab Espeon. And maybe the Pert. I mean, that'd be probably kind of cool to grab the Pert. I mean, no reason to really grab it. Okay. So let's go ahead. Put that in the middle. I got the Macho Brace. Okay, Macho Brace. The cat is climbing on the chair. Oh! Forgot to unmute the music. Whoops. Let's go ahead and infect it with Pokerus. Did we get it first try? Heck yeah. Okay. So now gotta do 10 HP. I'm just gonna check my build one more time just to make sure I'm not wrong. Let's see. Yeah, 252 special defense. Okay. Just making sure. defense. Go into this as I can. Don't have any effect. HP. Won't have any effect. Okay, cool. Switch that to the front. And let's go for... yeah, let's do HP first. Save. And this is going to be pretty cool for anybody who's never seen this type of EV training before. This is probably the fastest way to EV train in this game. It's definitely my preferred method. One ditto. Okay. And let me just make sure I have the macho brace. Yep. Okay, so Xcloud. Transforms an Xcloud, and now it has all the properties of an Xcloud. So now I will get my HP EVs. Which is pretty cool. No. Do not learn Mud Slap. Oh, it's leveling up a lot actually. It's 1 down. Need to do 11 more. I could technically knock this out, but I'm not going to. Run away. Oh my goodness, how many ads? Too many ads for Spotify. I need dittos. I don't need Whismers yet. There we go. Second ditto. It'd be cool to be able to do a repel trick for this, but unfortunately I cannot. Oh wow, I'm getting triple added right now. That is craziness. Ooh, Exploud. Level up to 77. Man, another Whismer. Music's back. No more ads. Okay. Ditto, number 3. And now it's an Exploud. Give me those 3 EVs. Oh my gosh. This team is going to be so cool. It's just stall, but I think it's going to be really fun. Stall and fun in the same sentence is crazy, but I think it will be. Especially with the Scizor we got last stream. It's going to be awesome. Number 4. I was curious, probably maybe having like a webcam top down of like the desk, not entirely like Nighthawk, but just to like show the tallies and stuff. I think it would be better than just like putting a notepad or something. It's probably kind of boring, but maybe having like a top down view of just like the desk and everything. But I don't know, I'm not trying to completely copy his style. Kind of have his own thing and my own thing, you know. What is this, Ditto number 5? Also, anybody in the chat, please let me know how the audio is and everything. I know last stream the game audio was kind of loud compared to my mic, so I'm hoping the music isn't too loud compared to my mic. Okay. Mudkip. Goodbye, Mudkip. The cat is going absolutely crazy in the background. No. Stop learning. Okay. Let's see where we're at. By the way, I don't think I've shown this, but this is the Swampert's nature. This is the stats so far. It's pretty decent overall. The only perfect stat it has is HP, but everything else is like 20 to 29-ish. Let me go ahead. I actually have a picture. I'm gonna find it. Pictures. It's titled Mudkip OK Stats. Alright, so its HP is 31, its attack is 23, its defense is 27, special attack is 9, which we don't care about because we have careful nature. Special defense is 24, and the speed is 29, which isn't terrible. Definitely not the perfects I usually go for, but it has Refresh and Mirror Coat, so I'm going to try to pick between those 2 egg moves to work with. I'm leaning towards Mirror Coat just because the team right now struggles with fire types. Now, originally I was going to have Earthquake too, but I'm thinking I'm going to go with Seismic Toss instead because that's more steady damage and that can hit the fire flying types better. Got away safely. Heck yeah. We are just not getting any of the Dittos. Oops. That was a mistake. I had to switch to Rayquaza. Okay. Man, all these Whismers. I need these to show up in that Rust-Turf tunnel, not right now. Okay. Gosh, man. Too many Whismers. Oops. Okay, we're good now. There we go. Let's get some Dittos going. Give me a streak of Dittos, please. Nice. Nice. So frustrating when you don't get the Dittos. Nice. Now they're coming out. Darn it. another ditto. I should probably come up with some thumbnails for the streams too. Just having my channel bare note probably isn't the best idea. But
Hey Orlando,
you know.
join us at Buffalo
Oh,
Wild Wings
gosh.
for new happy hour in
I'm tired of these ads, but I will not make anybody suffer through them with me. It's another ditto. And the music's back. Another ditto. It's number 11. Level 20. No. Yes. And one more ditto. Nope, that's a Whismer. Another Whismer. I need one ditto, please. That's a Loudred. Oh my goodness, the drought. There we go. Last ditto. Okay. Oh my gosh. The kitten is being a monster behind me. Okay, so that should be, what is that? 2. So we're getting to 252 and we have 8 left. What's the math? 244? Yeah, that's 244. turf. Now we're gonna get the rest from regular Whismers over here. So HP is going to be done after 2 Whismers. Oh my gosh. That's not a good sign. Oh, the can's attacking me now. That's not good. Okay, cool. HP's done. So, the way I track this is fly. Oh my gosh. And now go ahead and put Xploud back. And put him in his spot. Then over here, heal. Now on to Dustox. Then we save again. And we should be in a good spot. Special defense. Okay. And we're starting off with Loudred. Not a good start. So sick of him. One Ditto. And this is going to take a little bit longer because Dustox cannot knock out a Ditto Dustox. So we're going to use Espeon. And that's the caveat to this. It has Silver Wind. Should probably delete that, honestly. We could also just use Rayquaza. But I want to use Espeon as much as I can. Second Ditto.
Hey Orlando, join us at Buffalo.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, dude. Greetings. KT. Greetings. How are you? What EVs does Dustox have? Well, Dustox doesn't have any EVs. It just gives a total of 3 special defense EVs. So what you do is you find Dittos in Emerald, and when a Ditto transforms into a Pokemon, it gets kind of like the EV distribution or whatever. So like Dustox is giving all the Pokemon that battle with it 3 EVs. Add on that Mudkip, Swampert, whatever, has the Macho Brace and Pokerus. Instead of getting like 3 EVs, it's getting 12, which is pretty cool. It's a easier way of doing what's it called? Oh, sorry, the ads are off on music, so let me turn that back on. It's an easier way of EV training instead of having to go on the wild and track like for 1 EV. So we already done HP with Exploud, so now we're doing special defense. Yeah, I've trained this way before. It's pretty fun. Yeah, I mean, it's just a little bit easier. Kind of an easier way for me to focus on anybody in chat and stuff. I know it's super late, but I wanted to stream a little bit of making the team. Friday is going to be the big stream where we EV train Scizor and potentially train it to level 100 on Friday as well. But it's been a pretty chill night. I mean, I know it's pretty late for everybody, so I don't expect a lot of people to come through, but anybody can watch the VOD and see the EV training. I used Blossom for special defense, so was unsure what Dustox gives. Gotcha. Yeah, Dustox was... So, I actually have the EV training guide on my channel, and I specifically picked Pokemon that anybody can get without trading or anything. So Dustox was the only one that gave 3 without trading or anything. Is Scizor on a sunny day team? No. So actually that's a pretty cool idea, but Scizor was kind of based off of the Moltres that I used to have that someone else made, where it just kind of sits behind Substitute and Protect and heals with Morning Sun. Pretty nasty moveset. But then partnering it with Swampert and Porygon 2, like, I have no doubt that we're gonna stall pretty much everything. I could technically give Sunny Day to Porygon, which would be pretty cool. Bang. Yep, 5 special defense. Yeah, so sounds like a cool team. It is. I know cool team and stall are usually not, you know, put together often, but I am probably gonna do Porygon off stream, maybe. I don't know. I might do Porygon this stream too, depending on how lucky we are with the Dittos. But Porygon's actually shiny, so that's pretty fun. Oh my goodness. The cat just scared itself. The only issue I'm having, and I put this in Riley's chat earlier, was I wasn't sure what moveset I wanted for Swampert, because it has 2 egg moves on it, and I don't know which one I want to get rid of. It has a Refresh and Mirror Coat on it right now. And originally I was going to have Earthquake on it to handle like poison types and steel types that can't get toxic, because that's going to be like the main way we do a lot of damage. So, but he recommended like doing Seismic Toss or something, and that's what Beavries said too, because Beavries was like, well, what do you do against fire flying types? Because everyone was talking about Scizor at the time. I was like, I don't know. It's a good question. My biggest thing I was scared of was Skarmory, but I feel like given how epic Gen 3 AI can be, Mirror Coat feels less consistent. That is true. I like Refresh on my Swampert a lot. Okay, so you have used Refresh on Swampert. My idea for having Refresh, because I accidentally bred it with Refresh, because I used the Corsola, and I didn't realize I had Refresh as well. My thing is, the biggest threat to this team is like other stall Pokemon, because there's like nothing that really hits hard. All of them have like an attacking move, but nothing crazy. So if I get into like a stalling match, like yeah, Porygon can recover, and Scizor is steel type, so like Toxic isn't like a big deal for that. But like if I have Swampert out against like, you know, a Blissey, and it Toxics the Swampert, I want to be able to use Refresh to get rid of it, because like if it has Minimize and stuff, you know, it's annoying. But I went like pretty in depth with some of my theory in his chat, where it's like, well, I want to try Roar, I want to try Toxic, I want to try Refresh, a bunch of different moves, and then I was like, I wasn't sure if I want to use Surf or Earthquake. I really bombarded him with a lot of questions, but he was helpful, and he added me on Discord. So oh my gosh, this is the same Buffalo Wild Wings ad 3 times in a row. That's craziness. He helped me out with it a lot, so I can keep talking to him about it if need be. How has your streaks been going? Have they been going good? I know you've been using that Poliwrath and what's it called, Zapdos and everything. I think that's a really cool team. Oops, not bag. Swampert gets so many fun moves. Yeah, dude, like there's a reason I really love Swampert. I said it in the last stream I was doing when I was getting Scizor, is like sometimes I feel bad like using the quote unquote best Pokemon, just because it's like, oh, everybody uses Swampert, everybody uses Metagross. And it's just like, bro, I just love Swampert. Like, he's just so cool. Like, I love all the starters in this game. Have yet to challenge 112, which is my PB, but I lost match 113 last time. That is so annoying. Oh my gosh. My biggest gripe is like, I can show some of the other Pokemon I have on this save file, because I do have some really cool RNG Pokemon, but like my biggest gripe is when I get decently far into like the dome or the tower, and just the unluckiest stuff happens, along with me just not being focused. Like, it just feels the worst, because it's like you think back to what you could have done differently, and you want to blame the game, because you know, everybody's been there, but like then you think back on it and you're like, there's about 50 different things I could have done differently, you know. But that is unfortunately the nature of the frontier. Let's see. Does Espeon survive? Heck no. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, and I got the Omni boost. You are... There is no need for that. The cat's going crazy right now. Yeah, I think the fact is you're going to give it a lot of RNG, which is a strong equalizer. You know, there's this guy, I think his name is like Magpie Labs or something like that, and he does like Gen 4 Battle Frontier stuff, and I really like watching it, because he'll take like 0 IV Pokemon into the frontier to kind of be like, you know, everybody says this cheats. I'm here to prove it doesn't. And he took like the worst Pokemon in theory against like the battle tower and got the gold print, which is really cool. So I'm really trying to break the idea of like, oh, I lost because the game cheated, because, you know, it's just not a healthy way to look at getting better at the game. You know what I mean? Like the team he beat it with was Garchomp, Starmie, and Scizor. So Water, Dragon, Steel, which is, you know, probably the best combination of 3 Pokemon that you can bring to the frontier. And I was very close to actually doing that with this team. Instead of Porygon 2, I was actually going to bring Altaria. But decided against it the last second. I might switch out for an Altaria. For sure. I played a lot of Gen 3 OU, and RNG just rears its head. It's very outside anyone's control. Yeah, you know, I think that's kind of the thing with Pokemon. There's always going to be RNG. There's always going to be crits, flinches, damage rolls. There's going to be some sort of randomness. I think that's kind of with any sort of competitive game. Maybe less so in certain video games like first person shooters and stuff. Like that's the only competitive game I can think where there's really no RNG. But one thing that I have always tried is to minimize variance, optimize consistency. So and I learned that from, ironically, playing card games, and from the most RNG-based deck ever that is focused on milling cards to the graveyard to gain advantage. So, a very RNG-based deck. So, you know, how do you make RNG act in your favor? You know, it's just something I've always been interested in. But, yeah, there's really little you can do about Quick Claw Horn Drill. You know, there's not a lot of counterplay to that. Let's see. Let me get a Lombre real quick for the one time. I'll take Swablu. That's fine too. The cat is trying to scratch me now. Why are you doing this? Please. God, man. Exactly. I don't think it's a flaw or an issue. Yeah. It's just one of those things. Gotta accept. I used to get really mad at it. Used to get really mad at the RNG. It's cheating. It's unfair. But oh my goodness, please don't do that. Oh, well, you know, that's where this comes in. Refresh, baby. Oh no. Alright. Special defense is all done. And now I need to go ahead and fight something for defense. So I think this is the best place for that. I have to fight a Nincada. Nincada's over this way, right? Should be. Oh, not there. There. Yeah. Alright, cool. Oh my. Oh, I just realized I never turned back on the music. I just got another. I got the Buffalo Wild Wings ad for the 4th time in the road. And I just realized I forgot to turn the music back on. What do I want to do? I was thinking of doing something. For defense, I like to use the Magma Hideout, though some Pokemon may outspeed and explode. What spawns in the Magma Hideout that gives defense? I'm trying to think. There's a Tailo. I'm just going to try to find another Nincada just to put it at 510. Just to get the ribbon. Or Whismer's fine, that too. Music's back. Here we go. There we go. Okay. Fly me to Slateport. I hate this woman. She is always in the way. Excuse me, miss. I'd like to have my ribbon, please. Thank you. Okay, cool. So, Swampert is all Eevee trained. And that took less than an hour. That is why I love this Eevee training method. So, I guess we can do Porygon now. Torkoal, Geodude, and Graveler is Magma Hideout. And those all give defense EVs? I mean, I would assume so, but, you know, I don't. Usually when I'm doing defense, most of the time, I just go for Nincada because it's the easiest one that I knew of. I also always forget the Magma Hideout. It even exists. Nice, congrats on Swampert. Thanks, man. Yeah, it's pretty easy. This is my little catacomb of rejects. Yeah, Torkoal and Graveler give 2. That is great to know. Bunch of more rejects. I'm actually gonna move him over here. Move you back, fella. Bunch of eggs over here. This is all RNG Pokemon. Bunch of shinies with decent stats and everything. I don't really like using them that much. This is Hidden Power Dragon to hit Kingdra. This I actually really like this one though, because this is a devious set. Sure, cool. Protect, Rest, and Pair Song, and then Arrow. This is Jolly Hidden Power Bug. These were all retail RNG, and then these ones are emulate. Oh, this one's retail too, and then these ones are emulator RNG. I don't like using them though. Dragon Lamau. Yeah, no, it's. Forget the exact stats. But then these are the normal ones. This one is RNG, but it only has like 3 perfect stats. Not anything crazy. And then the Scizor that we got last stream. Perfect defense, and then 29 IVs in HP, so pretty cool. Morning Sun, and then this is just going to be Protect. So we're going to save this guy for Friday, because we're going to train him all the way to 100 on Friday. Oh, let's go ahead and grab this guy. Oh, this is my Salak Bear. So is Scizor from XD? Yeah, he is from XD, or she's from XD, I guess. This VOD is on my channel. Video is kind of laggy because my computer couldn't run Elgato and OBS at the same time very well. But yes, they are. This is from XD. If you go to the ribbon, I'll go to the ribbons real quick. There it is. So, ribbon awarded for clearing all challenges. That's the ribbon all Pokemon get when they are purified. So, yeah, he is from XD. And then now I just need to pull up my Porygon build real quick. Sick. We'll check the vid out. Yeah, the VOD is like 2.5 hours. It took an hour worth of soft resets, and then the rest of the hour and a half is us just finishing XD and then trading it and stuff. Let's see. So this Porygon 252. Well, okay, so we're basically doing the exact same thing that we just did with Swampert. I've yet to play XD, but I liked Colo a lot. I've actually never played Coliseum, unfortunately. But you can correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think Coliseum has purification moves. Now, the sucky thing about this is my Porygon. Unfortunately, I gave it a bold nature. And I should have given it a calm nature, because if I did, I could give more EVs to defense and boost it even higher, which is really a shame. Excuse me, miss. Excuse me, little miss. You cannot be on the desk at the moment. Oh no. Can you hear her in the mic? Alright, don't bite the mic, please. No purification moves, but what's interesting is every shadow has an egg move and normally wouldn't. Maybe not all have one, but most do. Yeah, I think that's the same for XD, because excuse me, I said no. Because the Scizor, or Scyther, I guess in this case, also had Silverwind, which is an egg move. So, just something to kind of think about, I guess. Now, did my Espeon contract AIDS? It did. Alright. Let's go ahead and give Porygon the same treatment. And we're going to be doing the same exact thing. 252 in HP and special defense, and then 4 in defense. Oh, well, it's supposed to be Rayquaza, but that. Maybe I should pay for Spotify Premium so I don't have to keep on doing that for the ads. Okay, cool. Get that. I do need to buy more items though. Do I have the money for it? Or do I need to get some? I should have the money for it. Just 10 and 10. You give defense 10 10. Okay, let's knock out this Porygon real quick. And then do our thing. Okay. Oh my gosh, I grabbed the wrong thing. Meant to grab HP. There we go. Well, now we have a bunch of defense as well, but whatever. Whatever. And then once we finish this Porygon, we'll call it a night. So I gotta be up for work in the morning. That should be 10 right there, right? Yep. And we're doing special defense again. I was thinking too, if I were to pick up Colosseum, I was trying to think of which shadow Pokemon I want to have in the game. Because I think the only reason for me to really pick it up would be for the legendary dogs. But also, if I really wanted to, I could just do the Blissey event, which is fun and all, but I don't know. And I've done them before. I had a shiny Suicune that I got rid of, but okay, give you Mantra Brace and Fly. And we're gonna grab Explode and Dustox. And now we're back all at it again. Just back. I live in this house more than that guy. Okay. Save up. You know, I reset my time because I had it glitched out to 99959, and I reset it to just like 300 because I'm like, that should be pretty accurate to what it would be. And I'm not even sure if that was accurate. I probably had closer to 400 hours. Maybe. I'm not sure. But I know I haven't been playing as much recently, and I've already racked up 36 hours. The Gen 3 grind never really stops. You know, the more I think about that statement, the more I want to call it a lie, but it's the game that just keeps on bringing you back. If I didn't think the Gen 3 grind existed, then I definitely wouldn't have 2 copies of Emerald. One for Battle Frontier, one for play that I just want to do in my own free time. Man, give me these dittos, man. I know I could be knocking out these Loudreds and stuff, but it messes up my count when I do that. And Trace is also a really good ability in this game. Tracing Intimidate, tracing like Water Absorb.
Ugh, my phone takes such bad pics.
Gosh, man. I'm listening to this ad right now that is just absolute brain rot. It's like a T-Mobile ad talking about cameras. God, I'm baffled right now. Pori 2 is needing Gen 3 OU. Bro, Gen 3 OU, the only thing I know about that is Jimothy Cool. I am the most uneducated, uncultured Gen 3 player. Because I have very little Gen 3 OU knowledge. Clade off Flygon for Levitate against Earthquake. That sounds devious. and I love it. I really hope Riley gets his 100 streak soon too. That'd be really awesome. Mainly because I want to see him start hitting up Emerald. But I know Ruby's his jam right now. Trying to think of whatever. Losing at 70 twice is so brutal. I think he will win soon. Dude, I felt so bad today because, you know, he makes the joke that anytime I come in, something bad happens. And, you know, it's a fun joke. But today that literally happened. I was on my way home from work, turned on the stream, listening to it while I'm driving home, and he just insta-loses. And I'm just like, dude, should I just not show up anymore? Like, I felt awful. Like, it actually felt like my fault for once. You know, just came in to say hi, hang out with everybody, and then just absolute decimation to him for no reason. But he did get back up to 42 today, and he's streaming again Saturday. So, and he grinds on Saturday, so I'm sure he's gonna get it. The just starting streaming dying curse is also real. I think that's the first time I've seen it happen, like live, because I know it's probably happened a couple of times. But I think that's also because, like, he's so fresh, so hanging out with chat and talking to people, that when you're at 70, you really gotta pay attention, you know what I mean? So I think maybe if he warmed up with like the casino and stuff, that may get him talking to people and then able to go. But that's just me. Tower has no mercy. It absolutely has no mercy. You don't have to tell me. I already know. I am thinking about also doing a Ruby or Sapphire Battle Tower team and stuff, just to see like the difference, because I think it would be fun. Because I know you did Ruby and he's doing Ruby. Psybeam, I don't care for that. So yeah, just a lot of theory crafting and thinking during this stream, but I think Riley's got it. I'm really hoping that Nighthawk has me on for the podcast at some point. I sent him an email and we were talking a little bit, trying to set up a day. But that's the reason I'm really trying to finish this team, because I want to talk about this team with him. because I originally sent him just like my Battle Dome gold team, but then I was like, well, I also am working on this team, so if you want to wait, we can talk about this team instead. So I'm trying to finish this one up. Oh goodness. Oh. I'm starting to yawn. That's not a good sign. I need to finish quickly. So KT, if I know you made a video on your battle tower team, but I was curious, are you going to also be doing stuff like this where you do videos or streams about teams or interesting things that happen on your streaks, or are you just gonna kind of do one-off videos here and there every so often? Because I think it would be cool where you kind of talk about getting really high up there in the battle tower with your Poliwrath team. You know, the evolution of it, and how if you switched out any Pokemon, or if you changed out any Pokemon for like different moves and stuff. I don't know. I think it would be pretty cool. Next vid will probably be save file tour, since I have a bunch of cool EV train Pokemon and a few EV train shinies. Yeah, that would be a pretty cool video. I'd watch that. I love watching like all the other like Pokemon people have trained. It gives me a lot of ideas, like when I'm making random teams and stuff like this. I think that's my biggest problem, is I enjoy EV training and breeding more than like actually battling, and it's such a problem because then I never like actually end up using them. I found some sort of bug and my total wins in Ruby keeps getting lowered. Was that from, did you say that was from the Latios glitch, or was that just something else that you were talking about? Because I remember you saying something like that in Riley's chat. My goal for Ruby Sapphire was to smuggle shiny out, but since the thing counting seems to be broken, I might have to switch games. That would suck though. But you know, I would understand wanting to keep your streak and everything. I thought doing the Lottie glitch lowered it, but it happened again and I didn't do the glitch that time. That's weird. I've never heard of that before. The only other glitch I've heard of, like the battle tower being strange, was only in Emerald. And it's not necessarily a glitch, just a programming oversight, if that makes sense. I've never seen something get lowered without someone like purposefully doing something. You know what I mean? I have 2 record mixed trainers, one at 29 and one at 89, so I don't know if that causes issues. Why would that cause issues though? Like, I mean, I know less about Ruby and Sapphire than I do about Emerald. And even then, I don't know that much about Emerald, so, like, that's not abnormal, is it? Like, to have 2 mixed record trainers? Like, that seems normal to me. We are almost done with HP, finally. We're done with HP. Oh, thank God. Like, the only other glitch that I was talking about earlier was, in Emerald. If you reach a certain point, in the battle tower, like you're on a streak of like 1,000, the AI trainers, they go back to like their round 1 sets, which is pretty crazy. So like you'll be on a win streak of 1,002 and like you go back to facing Zigzagoon and Talo and stuff, which is pretty funny. No idea, it's like an impossible glitch to search info about. I would just like put a picture of it on Reddit or something. I don't know. Maybe do a video on it. Like, just record every single time that you're playing, and then just kind of show that it's not like, oh, I took before and then, you know what I mean? That's so odd. I've never heard of that. Okay. Do Wismer. Ooh. Yeah, I have one pick where it says I have 109 matches total and 112 is my streak. Man, these games are broken. These games are so broken. Everybody says how red and blue are broken, and then gold and silver are just as bad. These games are... There are things that were oversights in this game. Certainly not the way things are meant to be. Okay, time for special defense. Then we're chilling. Have you seen the dive glitch in Ruby and Sapphire? Yeah, I've seen the dive glitch. I think Absol Blogs Pokemon did something with the dive glitch to get like a 1% Wailord shiny. Something like that. They like ended up riding the acro bike on the ocean. Ooh. Dittos want to show up now. Maybe I will be able to go to bed at a normal time. Yeah, you can get into encounters while walking on water tiles. Yeah, it's certainly interesting. And I know there was like a similar glitch where you can like surf on land and stuff in Ruby and Sapphire. But I think that's only in the Japanese games. If we keep up this pace, then we are definitely gonna be able to finish our Porygon pretty quick. Oh, had to speak. This is one of those things where like I know I'm tired because I'm definitely getting pretty quiet and not talking much, but I just want to finish this Porygon. Oh goodness. And then Friday is the planned stream. This was a spontaneous one. This is not going to be a regular thing. But Friday, that is the Scizor stream. I'm too excited for that stream. I have had to sit and be good and get the rest of these guys while waiting to get Scizor trained. Mainly because getting him on that stream was so much fun with everybody hanging out. Hope I'm around for it. I hope so, man. I'm gonna be starting the stream at like 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I plan to go until around 6 or 7. So it's a good 2 to 3 hour stream. Time zone Eastern Standard, yeah. And again, like I said, you know, I'll keep the VODs up and stuff. I will probably not do Spotify streaming again because I am tired of the ads, and I'll just hook up the game sound. The Dittos are doing pretty well right now. The HP was a slog fest. Took 40 minutes just to do the HP stat on this guy. You know, I feel like the shadow Pokemon all get some sort of ribbon when they're purified, which is cool. But I feel like your starter should also get some sort of ribbon from XD or Coliseum, just because it what was that? Oh, Whisper. Okay. Just because, like, it saved the Pokemon, you know, with you. I feel like it should get some sort of ribbon. Or, like, whatever team you beat the end boss with, they should all get ribbons. For EVs, I sometimes like to mix a file with 6 of whatever EV I need, but they have no damaging moves. Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. My Raichu has only Thunder Wave and Thunder. So I just take Swampert against it. I should definitely edit that on these guys. Like the Hall of Fame ribbon. Yeah, but like something, because like all the shadow Pokemon get the ribbon that they, you know, have achieved. They've overcome all challenges. That's the ribbon they get. Oh, we do actually have to learn this move. So it would be nice. It'd be nice for it to get something, is all. Alright, give me 6 more Dittos. That's not a freaking Ditto. Well, KT, I really appreciate you hanging out with me this stream, because I'd probably drive myself insane just talking to myself the entire time, so I really appreciate it.
You're juggling a lot. Full-time job, side hustle, maybe a family, and now...
Yeah, man, I appreciate it. Because we're getting close to being done with the EV training for the night, so, you know, but not done just yet. I think maybe the what's it called? The Scizor stream was definitely a lot more fun. Or not fun, but a bit more my attention was needed a lot more for it, because I had to be tracking the IVs and checking the natures and everything like that. And then I had to beat the game, which took a little bit more focus. This, This is still taking some focus, but like I think if I was doing egg breeding right now, oh my goodness. Let's see, is it gonna silver wind? Side beam. Four more. EV training can definitely be a slog, but I usually enjoy it when I'm doing it. Yeah, I think a lot of it is just like I want to get into the habit of doing streams after work too. And that's difficult for me sometimes because a lot of times I just lounge on the couch afterwards, which is a bad habit for me because then I just don't want to do anything. And I feel like that's not very productive. So just trying to get in the habit, because making videos on the Battle Frontier does take a lot of time for me. Just with everything else I got going on, but I think if I add in the streams, it'll definitely help give people a little bit more variety, you know? Like if they want to see EV training, they can just turn on one of the streams. If they want to see some battle tower attempts, they can turn on a VOD of the stream. So I think this gives people a little bit more options. Very understandable. Yeah, I don't know how Riley does it. I don't know how Nighthawk does it, to be honest with you. He pumps out videos so consistently that I don't. He's a machine. Like, I don't know how he does that. It's crazy to me. Ditto. Along with the fact too, like, my computer setup and everything is in the living room, so I either need to do it when people aren't home or like later on at night and not wake people up. So it's not exactly ideal, but you gotta make do with what you got. Does he do this full time? From my understanding, no. I'm pretty sure he has a regular 9 to 5. Like, I know he does. He did make a video about he did a video about how much he like makes on YouTube, but when I was talking to him about setting up a time for me to go on his podcast and stuff, you know, from his schedule it sounded like, you know, he works 9 to 5 and then on the weekends he's pretty free. So he definitely has a full-time job and does this. My method to record GBA is utterly insane. So like, I have, you know, a capture card. It's not like difficult for me to necessarily record. It's just like trying not to be in the way, you know what I mean, and not be a nuisance to people, but also not have like insane background noise all the time, you know, to where it's unenjoyable for people to watch, you know. Oh, we're cooking with gasoline now. What do you do to record your GBA? Do you have to like upload your file to the computer and then record it, or how do you go about recording your stuff? Oh, Espeon died. One more Ditto, and we are finito. I have a GBA cartridge which plugs into the SNES. I don't have a GameCube with the GBA player. How does the GBA plug into the SNES? Because I know about the GBA player, but I didn't know there was one for the SNES. Is this the last Ditto? Yeah, I think this is the last Ditto. Let's see. I'll double check. $10, $12. Okay, yeah. There's a weird GBA adapter card thing. It's a bootleg device for sure. Okay, I just wanted to make sure I wasn't going crazy. No, I bought our original DS Fat with the intention of modding it, and then Loopy had put out more cap cards, so I got one as a gift. My girlfriend was nice enough to buy it, and then it was my first soldering project, and it turned out very scuffed. The recording of the DS part doesn't work very well, but we can record Game Boy games.
You're juggling a lot. Full-time job, side.
Okay, give me a Lotad. Swablu works just as fine. So HP, special defense. And now let's head over to the Magma Hideout, because I want to check that out. Or, I don't have the Acrobike. We're just going to go to Nikeda. Nice, the vid quality is good. Yeah, this is what I was looking for. And before I had the cap card, like for the Staryu video, and like my first videos, whereas like Blaziken, Staryu, Registeel, all that stuff, right up until I'm trying to think what it was, but yeah, right after Registeel, right after I put out that video where we had finished like building Registeel, I had the cap card. So before that, I was uploading my save file to my computer and recording it off of an emulator. So that's how I was recording the videos before. So there was always a way I was trying to make it the best video quality, and like before that, what did I do? So actually, the very first video I had, I recorded it off the GBA player for the GameCube, where I did the EV training guide. Then after that's when I started using the emulator. And then, but there was a few videos in between there, or a few like scrapped recordings where I was just using a webcam on the DS. Yeah, I scrapped those because it didn't turn out how I wanted. So I've been trying to make this work for a while. And I'm very fortunate that some of my videos started doing well. You know, and again, like in my last video, I owe a lot of it probably to Nighthawk. Probably almost everything to Nighthawk, because don't get me wrong, I make my videos and I put effort into them and everything like that, but no one would care about Generation 3 if it wasn't for him at this point, you know. And don't get me wrong, like there was other people that was doing stuff and, you know, but the main guy right now is Nighthawk. Like, if you ask anybody Gen 3 Battle Frontier, they're gonna think of him. The only other person who was doing stuff with the Battle Frontier before him consistently was people like LRXC and 360 Chrism, which both of those guys did great stuff. Now LRXC is mainly, you know, the Battle Factory, but he did stuff in the Battle Pyramid too. And then 360 Chrism was basically all the battle tower. He did like the monotype challenges, and he has a bunch of different gold runs that he did with random Pokemon too. Well, not random, but ones he didn't usually use. I think LRC is a big factor. LRC is a major factor too. Like, don't get me wrong, he went crazy with it. Also, a lot of shiny hunters are warm to Gen 3. So, yes, they are. But I'm talking specifically like EV training and stuff. You know what I mean? I think the only shiny hunters I've seen do anything regarding the Battle Frontier is Sonics and Twisted Motive. And even then, Sonics didn't like do anything crazy with his. He just got the shiny and stuff. Like, Twisted Motive is getting perfect Pokemon, you know, and that's crazy to me that he can do that. Okay, let me just go ahead and heal recoils real quick. We're gonna go ahead, move item. Alright. So, let's see where the stats are at. So, 78, 56, 45. And then 90, 64, 45. Okay. And then we gotta do him. Shiny Scizor, or not Shiny Scizor, regular Scizor. It's funny looking at him in the Master Ball. But, alright. Okay. Well, that is a successful stream. I've got 2 of them EV trained. I'll level them up off screen, and then we're gonna completely bust her out. A Scizor. And get all their moves on Friday. Pretty slick stream. Thank you, KT. I really appreciate you hanging out. Everybody else who is hanging out, lurking, or stopping by, I appreciate y'all. I am going to go night-night. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys on Friday.